Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's I, DrBossKey, and today we're taking a look at a question from a wonderful community member from the Shmup creator community called Polygon Workshops. So the question is, how do I get a player particle layer above the player sprite, as in over the sprite toward the camera? Good question. So let me just real quick flip on over. We're uploading a video right now. Gotta be careful with that. All right. Come on. I've been running a bunch of intensive processes, so Shmup Creator is loading here. The short version is right now it is not possible to control the layering of the attached particles to the player craft using the player craft particle attachment system, but there is a way that you can do it, and I'll show you what that is right now. So Sonny has in his backlog, it should be in the near-term future, I think, where he is going to give us the ability to set on the player object, essentially, so you have a particle system here, right? So you can see here I'm using the particle system for my weapon portals. And so what he's going to do is going to give us the ability to control the rendering layer for the player particles. Okay, so but until we have that, could be a couple weeks, could be, you never know. So it could be coming, but until we have that, you do have a workaround that is possible now. So in order to do this with a workaround, so first off, one of the things to take a look at is I have you have the effects triggers. I gotta make sure I don't save this right. Look at me, I got wings. Okay, so with the effects object, you have the ability to attach a particle system. Now the caveat here is your particles can't use additive blending because then, or actually additive blending particles will render on top of these, right? So, and if you don't know what that is, basically the short version is if you take a particle or a bullet and you turn off the transparency and make it all black, and where you would have an alpha channel in the texture, then and you put that into the engine, that'll turn on additive blending. So I digress. So now, what you can do though is you can take your particle system that you want to attach to your player craft, and what you do is you come up to your layers and you make sure that your layers are this is basically a cross cohesion layers, right? So basically what it is that each one of these layers gives you the ability to put what you render on that layer. So for instance, if I switch back to game camera. So for instance, right, I have the foreground, default, background, and this only works for toggling visibility in engine and not in the standalone, right? But the main point here is that you have each one of these layers and you can adjust the ordering of the layers with these here. So, and basically the top of the layer renders closest to the camera, all right? And so what you do is you take your effects object with the particle you want, you put it in a layer above. So our player character is in the default layer. And then, and you can see here, this little nugget here indicates when you click on something, what layer it's in. So if you click on an object, you can see, oh, that one's there. That one's there. Try this one. Okay. So for instance, I have a ship here, and this is just an enemy, but you can see that it is here. Right. So, all right. So then you create yourself a new layer just like this. And then you make sure that layer is above your player, and then you take the effects that you want here because you can attach effects to your player, and then what you can do is simply do that. So that's how we wind up doing these bits and bobs here. That's a little loud, but we'll get in a second. So yeah, so that's how you do it. Thank you for the question, and let me make sure I don't save any of this shenanigans, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.